He used to run Pat's House, SoCal Ice Climbers, and we had a running joke where we would call him the perfect human being because he was a really good-looking guy. He had like a six-pack. He was really nice. He was funny. He was smart. Like, so we just call him the perfect human being. And I'm talking like 12 years later, we're at Genesis, and he runs into Asian Lep, Pat.
Yeah.
Just a funny tag, by the way, but it was like AZN Lep.
Okay.
And so we run into him, and then Mango's talking to him, and I walk up to Mango, and I go, the perfect human being. And one of the things we used to make fun of is that he just had a six-pack, like the most killer body. So as soon as I said perfect human being, Mango, like, picks up his shirt, and then we look at his abs, he goes, he's still got it. And like, we're like, and Pat was just cracking up.
That's great. Man, it's been
shout
a while
outs to
since
Pat.
the Pat
Yeah.
House.
Yeah. But he's not Pat's House Pat. It's confusing. He's not. So Pat's House is based on this guy named Patrick from SoCal, where we used to go to his house to play Smash Fest. And then the tournament took place in San Diego, and it was just taken over by other people. And his name happens to be Pat. So people think he's Pat's House Pat.
Oh.
But he's not Pat's House Pat. He's Pat's House Pat. T.O.
That, like, took over.
He's T.O. Pat, yes.
Okay.
I'm sure that clears things up.
I thought, like, when the tournament was at the college, I actually thought it was Pat's house.
Pat's actual house, like he owned the school. That
You
guy's rich.
You guys love coming up with crazy names for your
Yeah.
tournaments. I love the tournament names for
yeah,
regionals.
NorCal would have some crazy ones.
Yeah.
I'm not yelling. Don't go down there, Jeff.
Yeah.
Good shit, Herman.
There was a, I can't remember, but you guys.
Nice
the
Shot
next
Hugo was a
episode-
tournament. Next episode, yep. Okay.
You know, this is actually a pretty close match.
Yeah, Greenbean doing well. Kürv is highly experienced in the matchup. We've had a lot of Falcon practice here in SoCal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was a slick pivot there.
Yeah, really good angling on Kürv's shield to avoid any up air shenanigans. Does it again there. You can see that.
Well,
Look
that
how
was bad.
beneficial that
That
is.
was-
Yeah. You see what I mean? Like, that's just a matter of angling perfectly and then getting the counter. A lot of players who shield a lot, they might not have their counter game on point, whereas that's just a solid, like what Kürv just did is a solid example of it's okay to shield as long as you have your counter game on point.
Yeah, I feel like, so Greenbean was in the corner at like 20% as Falcon against Fox.
Yeah.
I feel like higher level Falcons would just roll center and take whatever hit.
What a shield sub, yeah.
They just don't want to get randomly killed. I was like, all right, you get this free combo if you read my roll, because I'm just not taking, I'm just not dying for this. It's not worth it.
Yo, Kürv is playing crazy. This is like,
He's so smooth.
this is perfection.
And he's holding the controller normally. I don't see any claws. Maybe he's clawing a little bit. But just he's so technical. I'm like, how is he?
Yeah. But yeah, Greenbean looking solid, but still, Kürv I think is on another level right now.
He's got to, in order for Greenbean to win this, he needs to close stocks out faster.
Yeah.
His punish game needs to be just like 10% better. Because
Yeah,
Kürv's
you
just
got to do the
snowballing.
Falcon thing. You got to get the glass cannon thing going. Like, if you're gonna be a glass cannon, you got to hurt when you connect.
Yeah. Because Kürv's just playing too well.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, it's not a matter of neutral.
Yeah.
Because Kürv's getting so much more off.
Kürv right now is playing like he could cause some really big upsets at this tournament.
Yes.
From what I'm seeing right now.
That's wave dash pivot up.
Like he did at main stage, you know, totally within his reach.
How long's Kürv been playing?
Kürv's been around since I believe 2015, 2016. So he's kind of like a late doc kid.
Gotcha.
Feels like.
I wonder where Greenbean's from.
That I'm not sure.
Greenbean's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like actually, like I could see like improving like just little parts of their play, and like it seemed like would be doing way better in this set.
Yeah.
Just a few improvements.
Oh.
That it was a little questionable.
Oh, Kürv could have definitely gotten an earlier back air there to keep Greenbean off stage.
Greenbean is turning up a little bit. And playing the ugliest Falcon color, so.
You think green's the ugliest?
It's just with the yellow.
Yeah.
It's like.
Yeah.
It's
It
not
does
terrible.
look like a green bean.
It's
Could be the whole thing.
It's like green and black.
Yeah.
Looks slick.
You know how there was a recent Twitter thing where it's like, these are, can you name 25 like influential mains of a character? Did you see that? They did that for Falcon, and then I saw multiple lists that did not have Silent Spectre, and I'm very offended. I'm very offended. Didn't have
25?
Giano. Who'd they have?
Did they have at least have Lord?
Lord, yeah. Well, actually, I'm not too sure. I'm not sure if they had Lord. Those NorCal Falcons were something.
Yeah. I feel like Lord's type of player that.
You know he still plays?
Does he really play that?
But he doesn't enter. He just plays Slippy, and like, I heard a story that he lost against a certain top player, and he got kind of upset, and he kept playing Slippy until he just absolutely destroyed that top player on their stream. Like, he wanted to go to Genesis to compete, but then he ended up beating this top player on Slippy on their stream, and he's like, all right, I got what I wanted, and then just didn't show up to Genesis. That's what I've been told. I'm not sure if that's 100% accurate, but all right, good stuff to Kürv.
Greenbean turned it up at the end.
Yeah.
Definitely could have taken that game. Probably got a good couple hits in neutral, a couple good combos.
Good stuff.
Lord is definitely one of those guys that I felt like if he had the drive, that he could be one of the best.
Yeah.
So,
But I'm also thinking that somebody like Lord, if he cared that much about competing, he wouldn't be Lord.
like he wouldn't play the way he does.
He wouldn't play the way he does. No, he plays the way he does because he just doesn't care. He cares about something, but it's not, you know, being ranked or placing first. That's not what he cares about. I don't think. He's motivated by other things, which
I've just always loved his style. It's so unique.
Yeah.
It's like, it's weird. His style is both optimal and showing off. And it's just like, it's hard to like.
It's like a nun thing.
Because you're like, how's this optimal? Because like, you're not doing the right thing, but it's still somehow optimal in its own way. I don't know. Or it's just like he always knows when to mess with somebody. So like, it's so unexpected that it always catches people off guard.
Yes.
And he always does it at the right time, which is hard to do.
Good timing. Okay, so we got Logos versus Vorpal. Jigglypuff versus Falco. This will be good.
All right, this is what I was talking about.
What?
Logos gotta be playing on point.
Yeah.
It's gonna have to be.
Was a little shaky against the Ice Climbers player earlier. I mean, still pulled it out,
I
right?
told you what happened on main stage.
Yeah. What? Close with you? Is that what?
I'm saying he needed to warm up.
I see.
Because like, if I could take 2 stocks at the beginning, he definitely wasn't warmed up. Because he did
really
well. He did really well on main stage.
What if you're just really good, Gimmer?
I'm not.
What if that?
He's
What if that's the case?
Some people just need